Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Todd Fox Halos in the Infield post-game show for your Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles, of Western Hemisphere, of the Republic of China. Go China. We have another loss. No surprise. This team is phenomenal at just being shitty. Let me just tell you something right now. I got flashed upon my YouTube screen as I get a lot of recommended stuff, because I do listen to or watch stuff on my bored downtime. And it was an Angels versus Cleveland game from years ago when they still wear the Periwinkle Disney jerseys. It was the 26th anniversary of Gene Autry owning the team, and the Angels had a 10-run lead going into the bottom of the eighth inning and lost in Cleveland when the Indians were still cool and nobody was advocating for Native Americans who weren't Native Americans to change a team name to something that no one gives a shit or understands about. So with that being said, that little throwback there reminded me of the Angels giving up 8 runs the other day when I was a kid, when they lost an 8-run lead. And so I was already feeling phenomenal before this game started. And then when this game started, you know, I'm waiting for Reed Detmers to bounce back. And even though before I get into the specifics of the game, I just want to let you know that in about a week or two, I know your distaste for this team is just mounting and mounting. Your frustration is mounting and mounting. A lot of you are saying, I don't want to give Artie $1 anymore, but if you can steal tickets or people are giving them away like you think they do, I know they're not paper bound anymore and they're digitalized. Maybe they'll wind up in your email instead of in your car, like that joke that everyone hears. Hey, they broke into my car. I had 4 Angel tickets. Now I have 8. You know what I mean? Maybe it's one of those where they steal your identity and all of a sudden your MLB app is fully loaded with tickets. But the point being is, maybe, just maybe, you'll find it in yourself to go Cowboy Weekend and cowboy up yourself and participate in our paper bag giveaway, which we're going to give you a paper bag plus markers and scissors to create your own paper bag. And the most creative paper bag in the stadium will win a prize from us. We'll also have sell the t-shirts, sell the team t-shirts to either sell or give away, depending on the numbers that we have, or, you know, the donations, whatever. And then we're also going to have other merchandise there, and we're going to make a stand that entire 3-game series. I'm going to be underneath the halo. We're going to be doing all kinds of nice things right there, and might have food. I don't know. We'll have all the specifics by this weekend. I promise you, the commercial. Just throwing that out there. So if you need more information, stay tuned to Halos in the Infield. I'm sure it'll show up on our story as a post, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, X, or even on here. Trust me, you'll see it, and you'll want to be a part of it, hopefully. Join the revolution, because the revolution will get televised with your help. So the more and more people we get to participate, even if it's your kids wearing a paper bag, It's awesome. It will get on TV. People will notice, and it will go freaking viral. And maybe not just this series coming up when they come back home, but further down the season. Now, again, we weren't looking to make this thing happen so early. We weren't looking to try to push the movement. But when you give us games like last night, the Royals series, and so on, and you're looking at a team now that after what Ron Washington said in his post-game press conference, that is 15-28. Yes, you heard me right. Last couple years when the Angels fell down 5-10 to 15 games under 500, that was like in September. And by then it was more than established that this team is where it's at, because where it's at, and you understood why. There wasn't a complete and utter total collapse. Not only always in the front office, not always in ownership. That's a given. That's always a collapse. That's always an epic failure. But no, on the field, we've had our share of injuries, obviously. We have the worst training staff, obviously, for a reason. Year in, year out. However, for the gameplay to be this bad, and again, we're looking for positives. We thought the learning curve is going to be there. We're going to take some losses, and it's fine. But you want to see improvement. The fact that this team can still not lay down a bunt, there's an argument for both sides. On one hand, I'm saying, man, the fact that Moniak still can't lay down a bunt this far into his career, what the hell is wrong with him? But then again, he's been a part of organizations. I mean, he was part of the Phillies organization, which they seem to do things really well prior to him being here. But the stank of the Angels organization, maybe that's the reason why he can't get down a bunt. Okay, so what's tonight's excuse for Guillermo? And right away in the post-game press conference, as was sent to me by Grill Master, thank you very much, him saying to Sam Blum, well, it's on him. He couldn't get a bunt down when we needed it. He's 30 what? Is he really that experienced with bunting? I would say no. I don't know him. I didn't know him prior to him coming over the Angels. I'm sorry. I just did it. So I definitely don't know if he could bunt or if he can hit. Basically, guys and gals, whatever Guillermo does in the box, that's new to me. Whatever he does fielding a play or not fielding a play, that's news to me. This is the first impressions. Maybe Ron Washington's seen B-roll of him bunting a bunch of times and decided, yes, a squeeze play is right for that situation with second and third and only one out in a one-run game. The problem is we haven't graduated yet as a team. We don't have our diplomas. We don't have our happy awards from our substitute teacher with a smiley face star on the front saying, good job. We don't have that in the bunting category. And for as much as I slammed Wayne Randazzo, maybe Wayne knows more about this piece of shit team than a guy like me that watches it every night too. Because Wayne was like, that is a waste of an out. Why do you bunt? And my argument was like, well, you love and praise sacrifice flies. You're saying that that's not putting the bat on the ball. And I'm saying that sacrifice flies, at least the difference between that and a bunt is if you get a bunt down, you have a chance to beat it out at first base and keep that out open. Sacrifice flies, the guy's catching the ball no matter what, and he still has a chance to throw you out. Yes, it's safer the deeper you hit it. You should score the run. I get it. But we can't do that right either, Wayne. So I think our argument, Wayne, is a wash. Not a Ron Washington, but a wash because we're right and we're wrong at the same time. And the team is not backing either one of us up because they can't do it. The other night, Moniak, runner at third, one out. He pops out, trying to drive a ball for a sacrifice fly. Every time, again, we look back and say, if the Angels do this right or that right, they're flipping these losses and they're wins. And we're about only maybe 2-3 games under 500 or even 500. But they can't do that, so they sink farther and farther down the abyss to the record that they're at right now, which is 15-28, which is a sparkling home record of 5 wins and 16 losses. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. We don't need to win at home. Just buy the product, consume the product, and keep coming back to the Big A. The Angels are making this way too easy for the Revolution to be televised. They're making this way too easy for us to come down hard and make Artie look stupid. We're not making ourselves look stupid. We're voicing our opinion through a nice, peaceful protest and making him look stupid. No owner of any professional franchise, even the WNBA, hell, the WNBA would love to just have paper bag fans in there just to have fans. But I digress. Caitlin Clark or no Caitlin Clark, that league sucks. All I'm saying is every other reputable league wants fans. They want fans. The one thing you don't want is paper bags in your stands because there's an obvious push and a message with those paper bags. And this team being what it is now, with sell the team shirts coming, is going to be a big slap in his face. And we all know the only thing that he has a bigger appetite for alcohol than is his ego. His ego is enormous, bigger than the Big A. But the Angels find another way to lose. And it sucks, too, because every time a team comes in, there's 1 or 2 guys that they have on their roster that we passed up because our guy Perry or our guy Epler from years ago went to our fearless leader and said, hey, I really want to spend money here. I like Sonny Gray. I think he's going to be a good free agent. He came from Oakland and he's got a nice little resume. Nope, pass on him. Go somewhere else. Don't worry, Angel. And then the AM 830 spins it. I'm not talking about the guys who are on other teams or who are free agents. I'm talking about the guys we get. Hell, when Mike Trout comes back from injury, number 3,000, or Rendon, number 6, 4,000 injuries, it's like getting a free agent. No, it's fucking not a free agent. He's the same guy who was on your roster. You're just getting him off the IL. But that's how they spin it. That's how they spin it. Don't worry about Garrett Cole. We got Anthony Rendon. But can he pitch? No. And I remember Halo honks jumping on Roger Lodge's and choking on his lodge because all they were saying at the time was, well, you can't trust a guy who pitches every 5 days. I'd rather have a guy who plays every day. The Halo honks actually said that about Rendon. Granted, they didn't know the depravity that he was bringing to this organization. But even if you signed a reputable hitter, you still follow the same problems over and over and over for this franchise. Pitching has always been the problem. But now hitting has outweighed it because of all the injuries and the lack there of talent. But at the time, it was clear to see, and it's always been that way, that if we would have gotten a starter or two, this team's a playoff team from a few years ago. But no. And then they said Garrett Cole sucks. Okay, all he's done is won a World Series with Houston. And if you don't want to count that, what has he done with the Yankees? He's been considered a Cy Young candidate every year he's been with the Yankees. Yeah, that guy sucks, all right. He could have been doing that here if you ponied up a little bit. Many other pitchers like Sonny Gray have come along and the Angels have passed on him, and we wonder why we suck year in and year out. Yet this year's been special. It's just been a clusterfuck of every situation, whether it's defense. How about Kyrie Paris, his efforts at second base tonight, huh? Great job. The whole flip. Let me just do a ESPN highlight reel when they used to play highlights instead of debating whether or not the war in Ukraine is just or in Palestine. But remember, they used to show your highlights and give out awards and shit. But no, Kyrie Paris is trying the same stuff up the middle, just nothing. He's not a good second baseman. I mean, he's got me wanting Drury back and really wanting Renifo back. This team sucks right now. They are a bunch of just misfit toys. The lineup says it all. And them losing tonight's not a surprise. It's just, again, how we did it again. You know, a team that is absolutely struggling, and Paul Goldschmidt was hitting 0 for 32, got a hit prior to coming here to break the streak, and then just been on fire since he's been here the last 2 nights. 2 more hits tonight, raising his average to 205. Arenado's raised his average to 266. He hit his 3rd homer. Awesome Burleson comes through with a game-winning home run. But Reed Detmers, I couldn't blame him for his first few starts. He was struggling, to get wins, but he had this fire. He had this attitude. Now he's over there shaking his head, looking around. He's got the Patrick Sandoval problem. It's 0-2. Why the hell are you throwing it anywhere in the strike zone? He's doing the Sandoval. Hang a curve. Oh, Hoppy, they even zoomed in on it. Gubazov was like, hey, look at him right here. He's calling for the ball aggressively down and in. Where's the pitch? Down the middle. Is that Barry Enright? Or is that the catcher's fault? Because to me, I can't blame the catcher. When he's clearly on camera, we don't know the radio, but he's clearly on camera calling for the pitch down and in, and that pitch is belt high, practice, right down the middle to a mediocre hitter. And then he's flipping the glove, and he can't even catch his own glove, dude. In frustration, he's dropping his glove. Reed Detmers. The fire's not there. The baby boy look is there. It's 5-0, and then what do the Angels do? Obviously come back with 1 run only. Say, hey, I see you're 5 and I raise you 1. But raising you 1 means you even the count and then you add another. Now to the Angels, that was like 1's enough, end of the inning. Because in that inning, in that 3rd inning, after being down 5-0, they go to just aggressive ass swings to where 2 of the next 3 batters were struck out on 3 pitches. It was absolutely pathetic. Sonny Gray, tonight was a night to be aggressive. And thankfully, Logan O'Hoppe got aggressive and hit a 3-run homer. And then the Angels tied it in the 6th or the 5th. Got Reed Detmers off the hook. And it stayed 5-5 for a couple innings until Burleson hit the home run and aired off of Hunter Strickland. I'm sorry, Emil Garrett, who had been pitching good up until that spot. But Reed Detmers gave you 5 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, but dicked around a lot in the strike zone, and that's what cost him. He had a Sandoval start. Now he's got a Sandoval ERA of 5.19. A guy who in the first 5 starts, a lot of honks, including myself, were like, hey, you know what? I think he can have a Cy Young type of year. He's an all-star, blah, blah, blah. Well, those numbers don't look good at all.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Yeah, that was terrible pitching tonight. But you had a bright spot with Fulmer. Look for Fulmer to get his way and punch his ticket out of Anaheim. These are guys you're going to have to look at as an Angel fan and just be realistic for yourself. If we could flip Hunter Strickland for a player now and one to be named later, I'll take that. If we could flip Fulmer for a couple players to again, when you get into playoff time or you get past the All-Star break or right before the trade deadline and you have a few of these guys in your bullpen, you're a sucky-ass team with no future, and you got a few guys in your bullpen with a sub-3 ERA, high strikeouts, guys who keep the ball down, you best believe these will turn into trade pieces. And it sucks. I hate talking about them because I would love for them to build a bullpen. But to build one, we need to destroy this one first. And it goes the same with the lineup. By the way, we had an episode yesterday, and thank you, Chubbs, for saying it. And there was a few others. I think it was Chubbs. But there was someone that came on and mentioned the fact of the dong, I think, or Zachary. And He said, me and my wife can't get over the fact that Willie Calhoun is hung. And so we did an episode last night, me and Fernando, and released it this morning, joking about Calhoun's dong. Funny, quick story. So we're watching the game tonight, me and my girl, and Willie Calhoun comes up for the first time. And I look over to her and I said, you know what we did an episode about? And I just broke it down real quick. And she started laughing. She's like, no, I don't want to see that. And she goes, why were you looking at his dong? I'm like, it was suggested. Okay. And the guy is a grower, or a shower or whatever, right? I go, he's balling out, literally. There's a lot of balls and much more than that showing in his jersey that we should not be able to see. And so as I'm trying to explain that,
time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and balls and.
No, we don't want that, but still. Anyway, side note, just in the story, Calhoun comes up to bat, takes a swing, shows his manhood, and my wife, my girl, I should say, gets up from the chair, because she's my fiance. So she gets up from the chair, goes to our 80-inch TV, and tilts her head like this, waiting for the next pitch to see him swing again. She's like, did I just see that right? I'm like, look, he's in the box with two bats, okay? It's kind of unfair. And she tilts her head, looks this way, and then he swings and misses and fouls it away. And she's like, holy shit. She's like, his girlfriend or whoever must be very happy. When you I don't know how else to say it, but that's our dong story for tonight. That's our Willie Cal dong story. But when it comes down to it, are you like me, not really willing to call out Guillermo for not getting a bunt down? Is this one on Washington for once again going to a squeeze play that is destined not to work for any other team that has any kind of experience to knock down a bunt and score that run and tie the game? Should we have gotten aggressive and tried to hit a fly ball or ground ball to the right side, get one through, get 2 runs? Instead, in that situation, a very critical situation with a guy who, again, we need an RBI. He's been pretty good at making solid connection, not really striking out that too much. Are you good with him getting a bunt right there? Because I'm not. If we're doing this in lesser situations and we're getting the bunts down earlier in games, then I get the balls, and John Stamos to do it late in the games. Like Scioscia, lest we forget, Scioscia would bunt in any situation that called for it, whether it was the first inning through the 9th inning, because those players were taught well in spring training. These guys are a little special. They need more time. They need a lot more time. So, again, if it's not working lately, I wouldn't have gone with it as much as I love bunts. Let's try something else right there when you actually have runners in scoring position. And tonight it looks like fool's gold. They went 3 for 9, but they still left 9 men on base. So after that Burleson homer, the Angels got a Pilar RBI, and they were 1 down, and that's when the fiasco happened. But I'm not going to put this one on Guillermo. And he's not like one of my favorite Angels where I'm like, hey, hands off that guy. Don't mess with my Guillermo. I have his jersey. No, it has nothing to do with that. I think Washington is taking this team a little bit too seriously. Fernando brought up a good point the other day, and he said, you know what, I really think and wish that Washington would tell us what it is. When still asked about how good this team is, he says it's a playoff team. I want him to admit defeat and say, you know what, we've got a lot of work to do. And we're going to have to work to try to get anywhere close to our goals, because right now we're not close. If he'd say stuff like that and say, man, we've got a lot to work on, these players still aren't doing the mundane, routine things, I can take that. And I love Ron Washington. I like his aggressiveness and stuff like that, but I still think he should come out and just call it what it is. We need help. We need guys to get healthy again, and we don't have the talent to survive with these other teams. If you look at it tonight, I mean, again, 8 games out. We should be like 12 or 13 out, but the division is what it is. We're terrible. We are terrible right now. So with that, let's get into that was a long opening monologue, but I had to say it. So we're gonna get into the John Stamos Award after I play the song that best suits us, which is not being buttercupped because we never had a lead in this game. So this is the result. You know, I love too, before I get into Nacho Night, is the fact that the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim page and all their social medias have been getting ripped a new butthole. Like you've seen them say, "Hey, would you come out to another Angel game?" Why are you asking that? Number one, that's embarrassing as fuck. Then they made one today, which was my favorite. They said, "Hey, City Connect jerseys are back," and everyone was like, "How about instead of the jerseys, how about we just connect with some victories? How about we connect with a new owner? How about we disconnect with Suarez?" I love the comments. If you want to find some really, really good, funny comments, go to the Angels baseball anywhere on their social media and just look how they are getting routinely and justifiably ripped on every fucking post because they fucking deserve it. When I think perfection, I think John Stamos, and the award for the Golden Stamos goes to Burleson, which I didn't spell right on the ticker. That just goes to show you how my night is going. Well, Burleson came up with a 2-run homer. Maybe it was all that dong looking at that I did earlier. I couldn't get that out of my mind, and I put SS instead of spelling it correctly. Oh, well. There's a reason why I never did good in English. Anyway, besides the point, the Angels lose tonight because of that 2-run homer off of Emil Garrett right there, and the Stamos goes to Burleson as he knocks in. And let's get to the nachos because that's more appropriate for our team. We're going to be giving away so much nachos this year.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
And typical Angels, too. I mean, you can look at the Angels and say, man, we struck out 14 of their batters and we still lose. So more than half of their outs are recorded by strikeouts and we still lose. In fact, they had between Gorman and Goldschmidt, there was 7 strikeouts, meaning Goldschmidt had the hat trick and the golden sombrero went to Gorman. Again, like Grillmaster said, I think, it should go to Goldschmidt or Gorman for the Nacho Night Award. No, I think this one's going to go to Zach Neto because usually we give those to the guys who suck and who have multiple strikeouts, but we're going to give it to Zach Neto. Again, you're young. These are tools that should be in your repertoire by now already. I could see a seasoned veteran not wanting to lay down a bunt or be able to properly do it, but you got to knock this one down, buddy. And you've been in our organization, and I love Neto. I still believe at some point Zach Neto is going to get it through his head, stop swinging for the fences, take what the defense gets you, slap the ball to right, pull the ball down the left field line, hit the gaps, take the extra base, steal the base, be able to lay down a bunt and be a danger. And if you get a chance to drive 1 or 2 here and there, go for it. But don't be doing it every time. Your average will get way better than what it is right now. It's an embarrassing 243. Zach should be hitting 40 to 42 points higher. I predicted, and I still think he can get to a 285, flirt with 300, and be that guy at the bottom of the lineup that flips it right or leads off. And I believe he could be easily a 16 to 20 home run guy, along with about 85 RBIs. He could be that Orlando Cabrera from years ago. He could be pretty good, and I just feel that he's kind of screwing himself over. And once he gets a competent hitting instructor or a team to work with him, there's no doubt the talent is there. You don't even have to talk about his defense. Zach Neto is is a defensive wizard. I love him defensively. I don't worry one bit about his defense. It's just his in the box needs to change. His approach needs to change, and I believe it will at some point. So, as all that is being said, let's jump into everything. Again, reminder on the country weekend. Will you be there? I really want to see everybody as much as we can at that game. And again, we'll have updates and hopefully some food updates. Eric starts it off in the leadoff spot saying there's nothing left to say. The season is over. Epic fell on so many levels from the top down until Artie goes. This team is fucked. Marty says can't be too upset with their effort tonight. We just ain't clutch. Sapphire says, let's see, gotta goes good games to the season. We are on pace for 100 losses. Also, Marty says, I was surprised they managed to get off 5 off of Sonny Gray. Me too. Also, you know what's funny, Sapphire says, when I went to a game, we won 9-3, and I was hoping to tie the series and move on. Yeah, no. What the fuck is going on, honestly? Something has to be happening with this team that always gets themselves in trouble. What is up, Eric? What is up, Mateo? PS3 says, let's cope together while we wait for the show to start. Also, clowns, Wash is an idiot, balls, and circus music, because this team deserves that, apparently, because we get a lot of circus music requests in here. And now, my question to you. Sorry. My question to all of you is, are you guys ready for the WNBA? Have we bypassed the NFL? Are we still watching basketball? Because, man, oh, man, this team is turning you off big time to baseball. Dumpster Fire Halo Joe says, let's see. Also, Yolanda says, this is beyond sad, just sad. Sick of this BS, Mr. James says. Wash says he blames Guillermo for the final bunt. That's so pathetic. It's like Joe Madden never left. Also, 2 Arties and 1 Cup. Ew. Let's see. Jim says, Q Angels in the outfield. We lost 3 in a row. That is a losing streak. You know, that is true. I mean, this was a, you know.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday.
Lost.
We win one today. That's 2
Lost.
in a row.
That's 2 in a row.
We win one tomorrow.
We already
That's
did.
called a winning streak.
So we lost 3 in a row. Yep, that is true right there. So we did lose 3 in a row. And it is 1 more loss.
One more loss. One more loss, which could have been a win.
Yep. And it's pathetic. It's the same thing over and over. Let's see. James disagreeing. Sell the team. Patrick Carrillo says, also worst team in Angels history. 007 says, also, I'm sick and tired of losing. Mateo says, also, Jacob says, I see a 12-year-old lay down bunts all the time. Neto has to stay on base right there till the bunt drops down. Also, balls, and more failed bunts, because we had enough of that.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Failed bunts. And by the way,
Brother, this guy stinks.
at bunting, also, let's see, wrong on both parts on Neto and Guillermo. Grillmaster says, we scored on the Cardinal starter a few times. Sonny did have gray matter in places. Oh, geez. Michael Gibby checks in from Facebook saying 15-28, 5-16 at home. Will the Cardinals sweep the Angels at home? Bet your ass. We had much more gray matter than Sonny did. Oh, will you stop it? Also, listen right here, guys. I was talking with Randy, producer to the stars, and I was honking my honk at 4-3, maybe 5-2 if all went right. What the fuck was I thinking? He literally says 1-6, baby. And my God, we're going to make that happen. 714 tickets. 714 tickets. I love a good Halo honk, but good Lord, these airs. Also, let's see. I'm not going to, there's too many sunny ones. I hope I'm not too late for the rant, Justin Option says. Also, hey, Artie, nice scrub team players who have played everywhere. And thanks for keeping the prices high for trying to keep Shohei. No doubt, Jim. He is one piece of shit owner, isn't he? Also, let's see, Todd, how do I send in my paper bag? Can I send a picture of you to join the for you to join the contest. Yes, Mateo, you can. We're going to have free ones, so you don't have to necessarily create them at home. If you want to, that's fine. But we're going to have plenty of paper bags at the stadium, just letting you know that. But as far as for you not being able to make it to that series, I get it, Mateo. So what I would want you to do, if anything, take pictures, post it, tag the Angels, and pretend like you're watching the game from the stadium, but in your front room, and there you go. Just tag us and you can enter yourself. Artie and the others have taken something I love, now hate. So sad. I hate hearing that. Nacho, Knight, Neto, and Washington. Let's see. Also, what the hell is going on out there? That has been said way too much lately. Also, Little Wayne says, Wash managing like it's 1970. I know it's old school, but that was ridiculous. You don't squeeze when a pitcher can't throw strikes and you are behind. You play to win the game. Dude, that is the other thing, dude. He let him off the hook. The guy was struggling.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Also, Balls, and Savage Garden. We already played that, but thank you very much. Moonman says, I like the Angels, but I'm way bigger Sonny Gray fan. Glad the Angels blew it today. Fire Washington. Jim Hoyt says, Jim and James need trash bags. Size matters. Do we get chance at prizes? Yes, you do. Just an option. No, sir. It comes, sir. Also, I'm here with Little Wayne. Tell him I said, what's up? Also, Grill Master, no, that's another joke. I'm not going to go down. Artie is bringing back the piss troughs to save money. No more stalls for the shitters to save money. Also, at Jim, I work, so no, he can't make it. David says, I listen to every game, hoping that we would finally get a win, but no, my hopes are consistently dashed. And I feel for the fans that are sticking with us and are hoping that they could see a win. And also for the fans that have to endure this every 5 commercials or less.
It's Spritz o'clock.
Just spritz all the players already. Eric says, balls, and Roger Lodge actually shutting up. No, just like the other day when Trent Rush was like, hey, I think this team is really good. You know, you got freaking Roger Lodge out there honking his honk.
It was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
This team is really good. Also, let's see. Wash was pissed. The idiot, Gazlizik, whatever his name is, failed on a bunt and then struck out. Also, balls, and knowing not how to bunt. Now every night I cry myself to sleep. Poor David. Also, Ron Washington, Cole Studios says, forgot to take his tampon out after the game, reportedly yelling racial slurs at the outfielder Joe Adele. We need to do better on this team, but we reek ass, said Washington. I wish he would say that, not the racial stuff, but just telling it how it is with a team. The reverse rally, Chris, has been achieved tomorrow, or has already been achieved. Tomorrow the sweep is in. Book it, Marty says. Dan says, Artie truly trying to put the meaning in lost again, L.A. Let's see. I will write you a permission slip. One of us gets to wear the Todd's clown wig, Jim says, at the game. Also, failing to drop down the bunt. What the hell is going on out here? And that is, again, said on the daily. Also, Dan says, go Rams. At least the Rams know how to make it to the playoffs. Kroenke save us. Boy, you know, that's one thing I will agree with you with, Dan. I don't agree with your Ram takes most of the time, but I will agree that Stan Kroenke is a winner, you know, in several different sports. So if he were to buy the Angels, no doubt we would be smelling the playoffs and in the playoffs, actually. Justin Option says, let's butter suck. I wonder where my Savage Guillermo was. I look on the TV and the prick was up at the plate. What the hell? Super Bowl matchup, Niners versus Chiefs at Levi's. You know what? I was so busy with this game, I didn't even check out the football schedule, so I have that to look forward to after the show. I had that saved. Andrew says, what a shit show. I'm slowly becoming frustrated with his coaching staff. They haven't been about anything but losing. Pathetic. Guillermo was a groundskeeper for the trash bandits. He sprinkled the ryegrass as well so he can bunt. That is awesome. Also, go Titans. Unlike the Angels, Fullerton knows how to tighten up on their game. Jeez. Where the hell is Moniak? They can't trust a guy who's batting that low. I mean, he's been terrible. I want him to do good, but
John Stamos choked on me.
well, not that one, but he's not very good.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
He's got to make it back into the lineup. I know you guys want the kids to play, but he was screwed over 3-minute therapy show because we were dicking with sort of how Sandoval dicks with a strike zone, and now Detmers is doing it. We were dicking with Hicks when we should have just gave playing time to Adele and Moniak. So that was a big reason why the Angels took some early season losses. So I agree with you. Three-minute therapy show says a kid should have started the season. Are they trying to destroy him? I think it's a mutual thing. They're both doing it. There's a clip of Ron Washington on a Mike Trout, young Mike Trout, where he said, I don't think he can bunt. Never seen the kid bunt. Well, he doesn't need to bunt, really. Also, James says Detmers was wild, too, and was getting squeezed a bit. He was. Let's see. Also, who won tonight? Pac-Man or Blinky? Who gives a shit? But that's hilarious, Jim. It was bad. I want the team to lose so they can admit that they can't win and they have no choice but to rebuild. And see, this season will be a lost season because, they were supposed to start the tear down already. Don't go into it trying to reload. Also, it's bad when Todd brings up the WNBA. Yes, Mario, I despise the WNBA. I fucking hate that sport. And just no. I don't like their attitudes. I actually enjoy the college side of it. Like if you watched any of those games, the college side is actually better than the NBA, in my opinion. I think those women, they hit tougher shots for whatever reason. They get to the WNBA, they all flat out suck. But the college game in men's and women's college, I tend to like it a lot better than the pros. I hate the NBA too because of what David Stern did before he died, Clay Bennett. I could talk about that shit for a while, and I fucking hate the NBA. Thanks for bringing it up, Mario. No, you didn't bring it up. I brought it up. My bad. Mateo says the Cardinals were able to read Detmers. Will you stop it? Also, Moonman says, was there tonight in about 2 minutes to get out because nobody was there. Yeah, you had 21,000 supposedly, Moonman. And I think there was maybe 15. Sonny Gray is a stud. He sure is, and could have been there tonight. Hayes says, I was at the game tonight. Wish we got the W. It was a doable as fuck, man. Angels versus Angels every damn time, Todd Fox. Exactly, Hayes. And that is very depressing. Gray actually signed with the Twins, not Oakland. Hold on a second. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Is this the great Artie Moreno that we love and adore so much?
No, it's Stanley. April Fool's, Tom. April Fool's.
We're in May, Artie.
Oh, damn it. I didn't pick my calendar. I could have. I have an old Chinese calendar up on my fridge. That's right.
Why are you spritzing us with your presence tonight?
Oh, I spritz so much. I'm spritzing in your studio, Todd. I'm teleporting my spritz all over the world thanks to the technology I possess.
So you, keep it down tonight, please.
That almost came up.
Yeah. So listen, Artie, why are the ticket prices still high? What are you going to do when we start the revolution and we start showing the fact that we're upset with you?
Revolution? What are you guys talking about? Tickets are high because you pay premium price or premium seats. That's why.
Premium seats. We have no real luxury boxes. We have supposed clubhouses, and then those are super overpriced. With what is all you can eat hot dogs for about 2 minutes, and then you don't get another hot dog package.
Can't beat that. Hey, McDonald's is only doing the $5 meal. You
Uh-huh.
can't beat that deal.
Are you going to bring that $5 meal into the stadium at least?
Oh, I would advise against that because we have so much good food at the stadium. We have OG's Pizza. We have Coffee Dogs. We have nachos. Hey, Todd, have you ever had those nachos in the helmet?
No, I don't like the nachos. Those are pretty nasty.
You know, in some countries, it's considered a delicacy.
Jeez. Listen.
Hey, what's new?
Are you going? Are you going to be at the stadium with Kip Moore?
Kip Moore?
Yeah.
No. Is that Mandy Moore's brother?
No.
Is that one of those new singers from America's Got Idol?
No, not America's Got Idol, but this. I'm at a loss for words. How are you this out of touch with not only baseball but pop culture?
What are you talking about? I know everything about pop culture. Down from the television shows to the movies. For instance, I bet you don't know who shot JR on Dallas.
Oh, God. Like 2 people would know that reference right now, so that's way over everybody's head.
That's a great show. What are you talking about? Hey, everybody, if you're too young, look it up on the YouTube. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times fast, Todd.
Anyway, are you gonna try to restore the stadium first, or are you gonna try to rebuild the team?
Well, it goes like this, Todd. First of all, I don't like to give away my secrets because once you start doing that, everybody starts copying it. I'm going to take care of our stadium situation first, Todd.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure that out, I'll let you know.
You know, it's so funny. It's so funny that the Ducks have construction going on 2 years after you said you had a plan.
Oh, that's a whole different sport, Todd. Yeah, you're putting apples and oranges together, Todd. Come on now. You see what I did there? Apples are red, oranges are orange. Those are the team colors, Todd.
I thought you were.
I see no hat rack over here.
I thought you were gonna play on words with Orange County, something like that. But that's good.
No. Come on, we're in LA County, Todd. Get used to now.
By the way, are you okay?
I'm good now. Oh boy, a little bit of crow coming out of there.
Do you wear a bib, you know, prior to vomiting everywhere, or do you just shoot it out like a sprinkler?
No. What I do is we have leftover plastic covering from the 2002 championship, and we just lay it over the floor. There's still champagne stains on there, Todd.
I still can't get that out of my mind. And I might post that tomorrow on something, whether it's X or Instagram. The picture of Torrey Hunter and Vladimir Guerrero dousing you with wine or whatever the hell, champagne, when obviously you did nothing to deserve any of that shit. And there you are, right in the middle of a celebration.
Hey, I'm the one that put it together. I'm the one that got it going, Todd. They were celebrating me. It was all about me. And one day we're going to get back there. You watch. You watch. Like when I'm 85 or 87. That'll be around the same time I get my new liver transplant.
Your skin will be 107 by then, but from all that Arizona heat.
Hey, let me tell you, Todd. Outer area of my face and everything looks like an old weathered pirate, but the old A train still looks like he's in his 20s.
The A train is still
Oh, the moisturizing.
the A train is still chugging down the track, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why it's so. Hey, it's not just me; it's all the fellas out there in the world.
By the way,
all the moisturizing we do down there. That's why it still looks young.
let me ask.
If we moisturize our face as much as we moisturize our peckers, we all look 20 years old.
Will you use some of your spritz for lotion, or how's that go?
Oh, I should bottle that stuff.
No, let's not.
Make some money.
No, one more question since we
Well,
went down this flaccid road. Speaking of someone speaking of someone that's not flaccid, who's bigger, you or Gear or Mr. What's his name, Calhoun? Is it the A train or Calhoun?
Oh, come on, Todd. We all know the answer to this. No, Todd. They used to call me Louisville Slugger back in the 90s. Come on, Todd. We all know the answer to that.
Well, last thing, my man, Artie, the greatest owner of all time.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're having a great season when we're talking peckers in May.
Oh, hey, what can I say? I can't say anything.
Get out of here, Artie. Fuck you.
Hi, Todd. Good talking to you people. Hey, everybody. Go Angels. We're going to turn it around. Don't worry about it. Where's the Tylenol?
Ask Saf. Oh, she took off. Man, I got that cough. I'm choking like the Angels. Oh my God. What a night. Let me get back to the comments because there's a lot I missed right here. Jim says, I sold my tickets for tonight. Oh boy, I saved $20 on parking. Oh, that's 100% raise from the F to afford Ohtani. Sapphire says, I think after this season, that's it for Artie. I believe he will prove that this team needs to be sold. Andrew says, apart from the young guys, they're all young, all guys that would have retired if it wasn't for the Angels. It's sad. And 4 of them have said that. The ball that Guillermo was attempting to bunt was way outside, Angels grandma says, but Washington said it wasn't his fault. It was a strike. That ball was way outside of the strike zone. Exactly. The Island of Misfit Toys. How many people know that reference? Exactly. That's why I threw it out there. Also, the game was over from the start. When I saw Detmer struggling in the first, I knew he was done. The second didn't look much better. He fell apart. Detmers did not look comfortable at all. Same, Silent E. It was sort of third inning. He had almost 60 pitches already. Detmers to Sandy, hold my beer and watch me sulk on the mound. Exactly. Detmers couldn't even read how to throw his glove. Ron Washington should resign after this. I don't know about that one, Mateo, but I would, just with if you're not going to build him a winner. When we go to games, are we supporting the team or Artie? Duh. Exactly, Jim. Dan Rio says, doesn't matter, Grandma. When told to squeeze bunt, you got to bunt no matter where it's pitched with a runner coming home. Ohapi can't block a ball. He's like Swiss cheese. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, James. Also, the problem is you're asking a bum to lay down the squeeze. That dude sucks. Cole Studio says, I'm literally shitting my pants in disgust. Let's see, Todd, we need to say hello to darkness, my old friend. That is a song that we usually say for August and September. Also, and then Ohapi Cade for the last out with a runner on base. Also, Sapphire says, we will sign free agents that no one wants for a good game to prove themselves and then blow the rest of like the effect that the Angels are doing right now. I miss Rendon and miss Squid. How dare both of you? Fletcher, too, right there. I know it's irrelevant, but the only pitcher that had run support in his time was Ohtani. The team scored runs in Ohtani's starts. False, Mateo. I've seen, and I think everyone else disagrees. There's been plenty of games where they could not get one run, let alone two. Mario says, Marty, the Angels have missed Rendon since they signed him. That's true. Also, many starts I remember when Shohei had 2 runs or less. Also, Lakers fan says, man, you got to root for players like Calhoun and Pilar, who would be great trade pieces. Absolutely. Get the most out of guys you didn't spend too much on it. Roger Lodge liked Calhoun's dong. It's even better than mine. Oh, jeez. And you know what's funny about that is I'm pretty sure he'll start him up an Instagram account with that name, Calhoun's dong. Balls, and no cup for the dong. Yeah, there is no cup for the dong. That one is just like in the breeze, man. That thing is flowing, and it's terrible to look at. Like, I almost get up when as far as getting out of the room. I get up and get out of the room. I don't get up when I see Calhoun get in the batter's box. I'm like, that's all I'm going to focus on. So I even missed the hit that he got.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Calhoun's dong. See, also Todd bringing up balls, and a dong. Big Dick White. Eric says goodnight. All he had enough of the dong talk. She said, Willie is almost up to you, Daddy. We're on dong watch, says Malou. That's a good one, James. Also, they are MLB players and can't bunt. That's pathetic. You learn that when you are a child. David says, why would Artie want to sell the team? He's getting 25 to 30,000 fans through the gate, not to mention concessions. And you know what? The concessions are what keeps him afloat and people buying jerseys and whatnot. See, also, Cole says the Los Angeles Angels of May just maybe the most depressing sports franchise besides the Jets and the Pistons of the last decade. I'm literally crapping myself in disgust. We need to do better. I agree. When you see Calhoun up at the bat, you know we are in for a long night. Bunting used to be a part of fundamental baseball that a player would do. Q Lombardi. Exactly, because, look, they used to do stuff like this all the time with the Angels. But we got away with it, or we got away from it after Brad Ausmus, and it was all about, analytics. So, yes.
Time for you to
What the hell's going on out here?
Also, Ron Washington, it blamed Guillermo for the game. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. The season starts in 2052. Also, Jack Lee says, I was not upset about the suicide bunt, but can we just be better already? Exactly. And the Angels will win to put them up only 42 games under 500. Blaming the umps is so cliche. I know they suck too. Yeah, it's a given with them. It's sad how the A's are ahead of us in the standings, and that's something we're saying every night. Also, how can you see Willie's dong if he's wearing a cup? The problem is, David, I don't think he was wearing a cup. That was not a cup. Willie was slinging his dong all over the place. At least he got one hit. His song don't do much better. 1 for 5. Not really a spritz o'clock kind of dong today. I am tempted to sell my tickets versus the Giants. Also, road teams on Facebook are now promoting themselves when they are going to be in Anaheim, just like when the Donald Sterling promoted the NBA teams coming to play the Clippers. There you go. That's when you know it's getting bad. When you're looking at the other team and you're like, hey, check out Ken Griffey Jr. and the Mariners come to town. I remember those days with the Angels. Love the Nacho song. Thank you so much. Also, I'm not going to read that one. And I'm not going to read that one either because I don't like being corrected, Grill, and yet you still try to correct me on the nightly. Try doing this show without fumbling and bumbling. And I admit I slaughter some names. I even, slaughter my words as I have a good sentence in here and it doesn't translate a lot. So, yeah, I don't like being corrected because, again, my English teacher always said he has potential. And I never reached that potential because he didn't apply himself. And that's why I was like, English? Who needs English? So, yeah. Saucy says, I love Washington. Hope he sticks around for the train wreck, but he fucked up tonight. Also, winning tonight was not in the cards. The Angels have faced Sonny Gray before. We've scored on him before, but don't be surprised we put 5 up against him. We've done it in previous seasons. The season feels like damn Moby season, James says, in a Moby reference. Wow, that's going back. Neto doesn't start, but comes in games anyways, just like Shauna will yesterday. I don't get it. Me neither. The season feels, oh, I already read that one. Also, whoops, Ricky put, what problem? The Halo is lit. I don't understand the complaining. According to the Big A, we're undefeated. Exactly. Hey, because we can't flip a switch. That's too much work. So we fired the guy who flipped the switch on the Halo, And it used to be cool because back in the day too, when it just had the sparkly lights, they'd be like, now we take your attention to the Big A as the Angels won tonight. On your way home, they light that baby up. I miss those days. Also, balls, and incompetence. Also, 0 for 6 in the Texas two-step. Mario says, I look forward to June when the Halo series win, one monthly series at a time. I need something to take my mind off the Angels. Boo Boo says, let's pray, Father, forgive the Angels, for they know not how to play baseball. Mateo says, yeah, well, the team sure did suck last night. The team sucks every night.
Well, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
By the way, Mateo and Grillmaster Deo, really? How dare you? Let's see. Arnificent says, I was listening to the radio call. They had Benji Molina on there. It gave me reaffirmed my love for the Angels, but by some of my comments he made. And you know what? Again, that dude right there, Benji Molina, could have been an Angels announcer, could have been with the Angels organization, but the Angels don't do that to former players that didn't play under Artie, and he's just another one of them. And he's a Spanish broadcast announcer now for the St. Louis Cardinals. Mateo says the last 3 innings were a filler, Jack in the Box, 6-piece chicken nuggets, Honda, and etc., which is etc., etc., etc. So you had a lot of this.
One bite of my new Smash Jack is turning Jack in the Box haters into believers. Don't
end this. I hate that song, by the way. I really don't want to buy a Honda. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't do it. Honest question, is this the worst Angels team in their history? Well, it is working its way there. And I've seen some bad baseball, and I think as the podcast and season goes on, we'll start to have to entertain that question and kind of put together other Angel teams from the past and size them up Calhoun style, and we'll see if who's worse. Like if there was less talent on this roster, somehow they won a few more games, because I think the consensus is right now the Angels are destined for 100 losses. Agreed about Molina tonight. He was making so much sense in words, and he's probably pissing off Artie, by the way. Balls, and we suck. Yes, we do suck on so many goddamn levels, boo-boo. So many levels.
Pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Damn, we suck. Also, our Nibiscent, I gotta learn how to say that more. Hell yeah, I was damn. That was damn why. Hell yeah, I was damn. Why is not Benji Molina working for the Angels organization? Stan Kroenke, wow, winning. Also, Todd, I passed a FedEx driver on a bike on the 57 freeway with spiders all over his face. Was that you? It might have been. Also, Grillmaster says home plate umpire is Chris Siegel, too wide of the strike zone tonight, and is ranked one of the worst umps or the better umps in calling balls and strikes. Let's see. AM 830 was talking basketball, and shocker. Yes. Also, yeah, everyone else wants the Winers to lose again. Jets versus 49ers week 1 on Monday Night Football at Levi's. Wow. Is it just me or Artie looks horrible? He's over 100 years old right now, Boo Boo says. He looks terrible. Paper bag revolution. It's coming, baby. Saucy says, what was the total payroll on the field tonight? 15 million? Well, that's a good question. Very, very good question. Also, Retardy, what the fuck was President Carpino doing watching hockey? Trying to get away from the Angels. Artie is making sure the Angels lose so that the kids can't get free fries after the Angels win. Greedy mofo. Especially, he doesn't want those Chick-fil-A sandwiches either. I got my City Connect backpack and left. Fuck you, Artie. Sega says. Also, James says if the Angels move to actual LA, would you still root for them? If they move to LA, yeah, I would. I've been asked this question again, but I really want to say that the Angels, if they moved out of state, I'd be done. I would be done. Roses are red, violets are blue. The Angels suck, and so do you. I like that one. Breaking news, MLB is deeply saddened to announce the death of global sports icon Arturo Moreno, first Mexican-American owner. Rest in peace. That's what we call the fact of the what do you call it? Fake news. It's got to be fake news. Also, AIM 830, a van pulled up to my little brother asking him if he wanted it's more like if he wanted tickets not to be abducted, and he was like, no, mommy, and he blew his rape whistle. The Angels have a bunch of third string guys. Who's the Angels third string? Who would be the Angels third string quarterback? If the Angels are a football team, I would have to say Goodrum. San Glum said A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Harry Potter. Let's see. Also, I created a monster. Silent, he says. I don't know what you're referring to right there. What up, guys? Tony. Also, Willie checks in with why pinch hit for Tucker. He's a switch hitter and was swinging the bat good when you have Neto to pinch hit for Guillermo. That does make sense. I mean, I like Tucker, and then it's like, well, he could bat from both sides. Nah, not really. Also, the Lakers fan says it was announced the Angels will give out backpacks tomorrow. Plenty left over. Let's see. Grillmaster says Calhoun was so hot he burned his Moby Dick. Also, balls, and Artie Moreno. Damn right. Artie Moreno is the man, dude. I mean, one of the worst, if not the worst owner of all time.
How dare you?
It's true.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Arturo Moreno. Also, Honda Dong, or why did I say Dong? Honda Gang. I hate you, Willie. I can't look at you the same way anymore. The Cardinals did not forgive the Angels for it has sinned. Or the Cardinal. I wonder if a Spider could be the next mascot to get these guys to play and win. I would not care at this point, Boo-Boo. I just want winning baseball again. Adrian says I've adopted the Padres at this point. A lot of Angel fans have done that. A lot of Angel fans have said, you know what, let's just root for the team down south. The problem is that team is a 500 team too. They should be much better, and they haven't found their stride, but they have a better chance of winning than this team does. Marty says there's no way we lose tomorrow. Oh, wait, I'm kidding. We're getting swept for sure. And by the way, screw you, man. Screw you with that comment right there. Todd has Dong on his mind. No, I don't. It's just
John Stamos choked on me.
That's all it was.
Oh, no. We suck. Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
James says, Andrew from Heedy asks, does Mike Trout have a lot of trade value with his contract? What's everyone's thoughts? I look at it this way, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a lot of talk now about bypassing his overall trade, his bypassing that contract somehow and being able to just wave the white flag and say, okay, we're going to trade him no matter what. Like, we're going to get him to agree upon waiving that no trade clause. So I think it's going to happen. I think it's just a matter of time. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. And that's if this team fully commits, but it's going to take Mike Trout to say, you know what, I've had enough here. Too many injuries. We need to move on, and I think it's going to be there. So, Mario's saying Todd has dongs on the brain. No, I don't. Shut up, Andrew. He's laughing. Already sell the effing team. I love that X right there. I love that one. We will run the West down. Smoke that pipe, and you can take it to the bank. That is awesome. Already sell the effing team. That is awesome. Right there, that is awesome because, again, famous quote. And this is why sometimes you have to come into a job very humble. I love Ron Washington, but when he said that, that was cringeworthy. We're going to run the West down. And I said it on our podcast when he came on. As much as we blew this guy up and said, we want him to be very good. We want him to teach these young kids. We think he can get this team to start learning, blah, 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 blah. When he said that, there was no defense for that. And it was just like straight up, hey, that was a dumb comment. Based on what? Like, how are we going to run down the West when we literally did not spend anything in the offseason? The one guy we did spend on promptly was hurt. Also, James says, let me see that dong, da dong, dong, dong. Also, Andrew says, what team would you like to see Trout go to other than the Phillies in New York? That's a good question. You know what would be cool? Him playing in Baltimore. I would dig Trout either playing in Baltimore. I would dig him playing in Boston or Toronto on the East. Not so much Boston because he'd have all the chowder heads getting all crazy, but to see him play against with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and other second generational players would be pretty damn cool. To play in Baltimore in front of those fans and kind of where he had that iconic catch early in his career, I'd love to see that. I wouldn't want to see him on the West Coast. That's for damn sure. James says, you got to think of the value of Trout has gone down. Yeah, obviously it's gone down, James, but you know there's still teams out there that are like, we can fix him. And they probably can because they actually have a training staff. Because we said it before, he needs to lose weight. He's too big. He is too big for his age right now. He needs to slim down and change his approach. Eric says, is there any over-the-hill scrub free agents that the Angels wouldn't sign at this point? We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. Well, you know, if you're seeing the guys we've signed, Eric, nothing's off the table. I literally, we could sign anybody at this point. Mateo says Angels can't convert a 2-point conversion. Adrian says, who would you slap in the face if you had a choice, Roger Lodge or Artie Moreno? Obviously, you take Artie Moreno, but I swear to God, you really have a strong desire to hit Roger. For all the shit that because at least with one thing, Artie has done stuff behind closed doors. He stays away from media. Like, we haven't seen an honest interview from him unless it's Roger Lodge. And Roger Lodge, if you're a honk or you just sometimes can't even get away from him. He's at red carpets when you just want to go to opening day. He's on the Jumbotron spewing his bullshit when you want to like find out who's gonna start and what's the breakdown or get the starting lineups more in depth, because obviously you get them on your phone, but you want to you get fucked over because you tune into the only station that covers the Angels and you hear dumbass doing the pregame as well, so you can't get away from him. So I would slap Artie in the face and beat the snot out of our boy Roger. Trout will agree to a trade and then have another MVP season and win the World Series. Exactly, Mario. By the way, I want to challenge Roger Lodge to a 3-point shooting contest or just a game of basketball. I will beat his ass. Orioles would be good. They have a lot of in the farm system to get. Yep, they sure do. Also, from Willie's Willie, Artie's Spritz, Trout's floppy fish, Rendon's vagina, and Perry's tiny penis. There is no fire extinguisher that can put out the dumpster fire. Ron's awash and needs out before it blows. Wow. Love the play on words, Silent E. Can we have a big party if Artie sells? Here's the thing. I've been told this a lot. If Artie were to sell, I don't know what I would do with myself. And my honk would be so chafed. And I would literally throw an impromptu, spend $500 or more on food, and let's just have a party at the Big A and usher in hopefully a potentially better owner and a more competent one. Because I still believe that no matter who buys this team, we're going to have 5 to 10 years of good ownership before either they get apathetic or they turn into the real person that they are. But whoever buys this team is going to want to make this team good. And they're going to spend a lot of money, obviously. And they're not going to spend a couple billion for them just to suck. That's not going to happen. You're going to spend money. You're going to want to win. You're going to want to be a big-time player. Artie Sell the Effing Team says, can you see the scenario where Washington or Wash That Pipe gets canned during the season? I could see it if he truly loses this team. So basically, if his word is not Bible in the clubhouse, as bad as the clubhouse is, they might have no, and again, they only gave him a 2-year contract. So I don't think anything is not possible. Also, if we had to trade outright, release Rendon, but we plugged Squid in at third base for the rest of the season, could you maintain your sanity? You know, Eric, you sometimes bring the worst hypotheticals out there and expect me just to be like, that is one I did not see coming. That's what she said. And dude, I don't think I can maintain my sanity. Squid was like the equivalent of Roger Lodge playing anywhere in the outfield or infield. I could not stand him without, every time he was shown on TV, I'm dropping an F-bomb. I don't think I could maintain my insanity. Give me number 6. That's a very, very tough question and a good one, Eric. But give me number 6. Marty says Artie wants to be hated like Frank McCourt. He's way past that. That's a winner for the comment of the week. Yeah, you guys have had some really good comments right there. That was Silent E right there. If Perry goes, Washington goes. That's probably what's going to happen too. Balls, and Calhoun's Willie. That's a good one too right there.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Calhoun's Willie. Also,
What the hell's going on out here?
Lombardi's saying that about the show tonight. This show went off the rails fast. We all miss your nightly Squiddy rants. That guy was just a certain special to me. Like I couldn't stand him. I still can't. Like I don't want to see, and it's only perfect that he doesn't make it back to the major leagues at all. That his last great and only stint here was with the Angels. I mean, that guy is the epitome of suck, of just like his defense was so much more valued over anything he could have brought to the plate, to the clubhouse, everything. And the fact that we actually said, let's dress like Squid. Who was the dumbass that came in there and said, man, that guy's such a great, he could really dress really good. He's very fashionable. I think we should do a dress like Squid road trip. Who came up with that shit? Was that Madden? Unbelievable. Let's look at his numbers now in 2024. He's still somehow in a AAA organization. So again, in AAA, we all know when you're in AAA that your averages are that's why there's more value on AA, because their ballparks are bigger. It's harder to hit home runs. So if you're tearing it up in AA, chances are you'll be good in AAA and so on, and you're showing enough traits. They sometimes bypass you or have you spend very little time in AAA. And AAA, you usually have good averages. We saw Walsh go down a bunch of times. Other guys go down to AAA, start raking, hitting over 300. There's a reason why there's 4A guys, right? Can we guess what this loser, I mean, if he can't hit at least 250 in AAA, what the hell's going on here in the MLB? Squid can't hit in the MLB, right? He's batting as of tonight in 32 games played. He's got a whopping 22 hits and 109 at bats, 2 doubles. He actually has 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. He's walked 11 times. He has struck out 33 times in 100 at bats. He's got a sparkling average of 202, an on base of 279. It is safe to say you can take it to the bet or take it to Ipe's Gambler that Andrew Velasquez will not see the light of an MLB stadium ever again. He's done. He was done when he got here. Yes, James, you said it the best. Squid had a punchable face. He sure did, and he still does. Trout is an angel. Lifer Artie is a billionaire cheap bastard. We need to change that, Willie. We need to change that. Bring back Mike Scioscia. Also, Brian says we must keep losing to bring change. I hope we lose 110 games. Well, they're doing a good job of it, and they're keeping it going. That's for damn sure. Also, bring back Walsh and Fletcher. I don't think so right now. I've got to ask these insane hypothetical questions. I have no joy in my baseball life right now. I'm sorry, Eric. I hate hearing that, but it's all good. Squid is in the Braves AAA organization. Willie says, can we bring back Juan Rivera? I would take him at this point. I write with a Willie. Jeez. Also, who's hotter, Alex Curry or Erica Weston? You have to choose one. Okay, here's my thing. I am currently with a Latina from Honduras. I've primarily dated Latinas, sprinkled in a couple other different races. For whatever reason, white girls don't like me. So I would side with Erica Weston, but I'm going to throw you a curveball, Artie. I like Alex Curry's body. For being kind of thick, she's thick in the right areas. And I love the skin color. Beautiful. I can't deal with her smiling for every fucking thing. That is the one thing where I'm like, Erica Weston. I don't dig Erica Weston's forehead. I'm sorry, I'm being very particular, but I'm breaking it down as if I had to do a scouting report. So take it for what it is. I'm trying not to be misogynistic, but fuck it. It's late. I'm just going to say this. Alex Curry she reminds me of someone who would smile at a funeral. And I think that's inappropriate. She smiles for everything. And not to mention that she started to show her true colors before she left our organization, whether that was due to Artie or just her love of the Dodgers, but she was already up the Dodgers' ass and already calling for Ohtani to leave, and Ben Verlander, her new boyfriend over there at FS1 or wherever the hell she's at, they were all Dodgered up before they left anyway, or before she left. And then she's over there now all honking her honk for the Dodgers. But I couldn't stand her Angel updates because it was just big chomper smiles the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, look, I love a sexy smile. Don't get me wrong. But I also like other emotions. I don't know. I mean, does she have a Joker smile? I mean, was she gassed by the Joker at one point and she never recovered? I mean, what's going on here? I maybe I'm being too hard on her or whatever, but that's just my thing. Erica Weston, she's like, to me, like a 6 out of 10, but she trumps that smile by just all I'm saying is show different emotions and not be a Dodger fan. And I'm all in on Curry, but I have to take the other one and go Erica Weston. And again, I like white girls growing up, but for whatever reason, they never liked me. It is the weirdest shit ever. I always struck out with white girls. The Latinos were like, come here, papi. That always worked for me, but I could never get a white girl. I don't know what it was, man. I still don't know. Squid would fit in perfectly with this abysmal band of misfit fuck-ups like a glove. Dude, Eric, if he was on this year's team, I don't know if Ron was so committed like Madden and a few others were to consistently start him, but yeah, he would fit right in, dude. Right in. Let's see. Damn, there's a bunch of comments that came in right now. Let's see. Also, they mentioned Sean Figgins today, and I wanted to cry. Perfect Angel player. Loved him. Loved how he worked his way into the starting lineup and an everyday guy. Squid was dumbass. Squid was the dumbass that said dress like Squid. Also, 30% of the world is covered by 70% by the ocean. 70% is covered by squid. Oh, I remember that, Sega. That was the dumbest shit ever. What's something that could take off my mind of the Angels? Well, anything at this point. Make a puzzle. James goes with Erica. Also, my Willie is geez, here we go. James also says Carolyn Hughes from 20 years ago. Hell yeah. Also, Mario says, I can't take it anymore. Good night, ladies. Good night, Mario. Also, Alex tits are beautiful. They are. I didn't even mention that. They're very. Also, Andrew Squid Mendoza. Eric Ward says jugs. Artie says, can't figure out if Erica Weston legs are big. Yeah, they really don't show her below the waist very much, do they? Also, Brian says Benji Molina was on the 710 telecast tonight for an inning. Any chance we can get him for an interview? Here's the thing with that, Brian. I got him endorsing Halos in the infield. I have that video. I have talked with him off air. Getting him to do an interview is like pulling a tooth. He is not, as much as he did the interviews tonight, I think he was obligated to. But when I asked him, can you do an interview for Halos in the Infield? He says he works for the Cardinals and contractually they don't let him do podcasts. I don't know if that was he was saying you guys suck and I don't want to do it, or he was actually telling the truth. But I've asked him multiple times to the point that he just ignored me. Dan says, but Alex Curry won't stop smiling to the point of creepy. Yes, that's my whole point. Maybe I didn't explain it right. Let's see. Also, screw Alex Curry. Give me Erica Weston. Todd likes feet. Shut up. I do like a woman with sexy feet. I'm just being honest. In 1994, Michael says the Angels had the worst winning percentage, 409. The current 2024 team has a 357, which would be the lowest in their history. And I think, Michael, you bring up a good point. We've talked about that before. Let me bring up here the stats for that season. That was the strike shortened season. I brought this up on a podcast that we did, and it was pretty hilarious because let's see, where is it? Right here. Let's see, American League at the time. Let's see if I can get this pulled up here. Of course, I click on the wrong link here. Let's see. Come on. Okay, so here's what the standings right here. In 1994, check this out. You think the division was bad now? Check this out. The Angels, it was a 4-team division at the time. The Texas Rangers were solely in first place by a game over the Oakland Athletics with a record of 52-62. They were on a 6-game losing streak right before the strike started. They were 52-62, a run differential of -84. The Oakland Athletics had lost 2 in a row and were sitting a game out at 51-63 of the Rangers. The Mariners with Griffey and everybody else were 49-63, 2 games out of first place. They had won 6 in a row. And then your California Angels, which they were called at the time, they were 47-68. So they were 21 games under 500 this deep into the season. At 115 games into the season, they were 21 games under and only 5.5 games out of first place in the West. You want to know what their home record was? Their home record in 63 home games up until that point in that sparkling season, 23 wins up and 40 down. They had a 23-40 record at home, and they were only 5.5 games out of first place. They were 24-28, just in case you were wondering, on the road. They were 19-30 against teams below 500. Michael, that was a terrible team. I think we are definitely going to surpass that. Artie says maybe Gooby is a curse. Thank you, Desmond. Deshaun Figgins right there. Retire number 15 and 16. And I would throw 25 in there as well, Willie. And hell, maybe even throw in number 23 for Spezio's clear home run that was amazing that brought the Angels back. Also, Broman says Sean Figgins equals Eric Ibar. Great Angels infielders. Absolutely. Rare when they made an error. Eric is hotter than Curry. Brewmaster says, I bet Todd likes a nice set of chompers for his Willie deal. Nope. Don't want that chewed on. Marty says Big 20 would sit in the cuck chair, whoever you picked, and take on board Todd. Eric is prettier than Alex, but Alex jugs are so delicious. You got to get those motorboat going every day, all day. Boy, the sound that would make. Let's see. Also, Sega says Todd struck out with the white girls like Big 20 strikes out and suicides his squeeze and spritz himself. As for Alex Joker's smile, turn the lights off. Well, there you go. Maybe we could save one of those paper bags from the next homestand, right? See, also, my pick is Lauren Gardner over all of them. Okay. Fuck all this bum-ass organization, Alex says. Amen. Alex and her smile remind me of one of those background chicks at the end of NASCAR races. 1995 Halo team was good. Tony Phillips, Chili Davis, Abbott, JT Snow. Did that 95 team, or was that Oh, no, that's right. They didn't have Ricky Henderson at that point, but that 95 team was good. Yeah, I always loved Tony Phillips. Rest in peace. That dude was pretty good. Really good. Lauren Shandai right there. Also, I think she choked on me. You wish. Also, manager Washington is getting frustrated. I don't blame him. Angels can't even bunt to save their lives. Shake my head. Also, dude, Nevin. It's Washington. Dude, Nevin. That's all the comments for tonight. I thank everybody for coming on and doing their thing like you guys always do. You guys always knock it out of the park with your comments. I love it. And also the hypothetical questions, Eric. And thank you for participating in this and making this not such a terrible loss to swallow. So and Eric says, last thing right here, the season is fucked when we're discussing the airheads on Bally's. Yeah, that's when we're breaking it down, there's nothing much in between the lines, is there? Dun, dun, dun. All right, enough of that. So again, thank you so much for participating, and we got a lot of show and season left because it barely started tonight.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight. So be on the lookout for the commercial, which should be dropping in a day or two, probably by Friday or Saturday. I'd say Friday the latest, to give you guys a solid week to make plans to be out there for Country Weekend, because we're going to take that bitch over. And we're gonna ask Artie to sell the team. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff at the Big A. So we'll have all the details. And if you guys and gals are interested to come out there and wear those paper bags to start this revolution, to have to sell the team shirts, we're gonna be out in full force, and we're gonna have plenty for everybody. So we will get to the bottom of this at some point here, and we'll have it all ready. So again, thank you so much for everyone participating once again, and hope to see you back tomorrow night as the Angels try to avoid a sweep. I can't even say that with a straight face. Fuck the Angels right now. Damn it. But I love them so much. Why are we always tortured? It's only one man's fault, and that is... It's me.